I'm here in Geneva at the Geneva Blockchain Conference, and who do I see here? Don Tapscott, the one who wrote the first book on blockchain, and he's back here in Switzerland, and also your famous son. We got to know. How did you get into this blockchain atmosphere? I mean, when did you? What was the reason you got into it?
Well, about 5 years ago, I was asked to write the 20th anniversary edition of my book, The Digital Economy. Came out in 1994. And I started thinking about where have we been and where are we going. And it occurred to me that we've been through a first era of the digital age, mainframes, minis, PCs, the internet, the web, mobile web, social media, the cloud, big data. And now we're entering a second era where technology is infusing itself into everything, and where we have technology that learns to do things that it wasn't programmed to do. But I also decided that I think the foundation of all of this is going to be the underlying technology of cryptocurrencies, blockchain. So I started sharing notes with my son Alex, who is an investment banker, and that led to the writing of Blockchain Revolution, which turns out is the big book on this topic.
It was the right book at the right time, and timing. This man is really good at timing.
It's not always been good.
But you had a couple of moments that you were really good. Now we're 5 years later. I mean, and blockchain is going through point of proof of concepts and total hype, and now the delusion. How do you think it's doing now?
Well, there are organizations like Gartner that say this is not really happening and it's kind of stalled. And this is factually incorrect. And our research, and we have 120 projects going on at the Blockchain Research Institute, shows that blockchain is now penetrating very deeply into a whole bunch of industries, and some that you wouldn't expect. Oil and gas, upstream, is all moving to blockchain.
Which one which company is your favorite?
Well, I don't think I'll mention any, but
in Europe we have VACT. VACT is a company where 20 big oil companies do 700 billion euro on the blockchain. It's now 45% of the North Sea oil. So that is a real project.
Yeah, it really is. ConocoPhillips is a real leader. Exxon Mobil is a real leader, and so on. But that's just one of dozens of industries.
If you would have two projects where they're really becoming to the surface and really being practically used.
Well, I'm very interested in the transformation of the logistics industry, and that's being led by FedEx. And they're rebuilding the whole industry around blockchain. Of course, there are big things happening in financial services as every digital asset is becoming tokenized. So you had $1 billion token initiation event last year with no investment bank, no stock, and no stock market. And then venture capital, of course, has already been profoundly affected by this technology. All trade finance in the world is moving to blockchain. So there's an awful lot that's going on.
Okay, well, I make it my life journey to find practical applications which really come, so you can really point to changes and also advantages. Can you discuss a project which is being used and what the practical advantages have been? So compare the vision which you outlined in your Blockchain Revolution book and now.
Well, this is what we do at the Blockchain Research Institute.
That's why I'm asking the leader.
Yeah. And you know what? There is a new book that comes out February the 4th on Amazon, and it's written by my son Alex, along with several of our most talented researchers. And it talks about the big changes in the financial services industry. So you look at something like One Belt, One Road, the largest supply chain in the world. The trade finance on that is being done on blockchain. And then a really big interest is the rise of all these new cryptocurrencies, not community or self-organizing like Bitcoin, but you now have corporate cryptocurrencies like Facebook, and you can bet that Jeff Bezos is not going to want to have people buying books on Amazon using Libra. But also you've got the
you think Libra is going? I mean, we're here in the country of Libra, where the foundation is. How do you think its chances are?
Well, it has a lot of impediments to overcome because it's messing with some very fundamental things. And that's why, people are mistaken. They think, well, this is just taking too long. It's taking longer than the first era of the internet, because the first era, you just put up a website and you sold dog food on your website.
Hey, internet started in 1982 or something like that, and it took forever. It took already 20 years before it became to the masses.
Well, and the web came out in 94, 95, but you could build a business with a website very quickly, whereas now you're talking about restructuring an entire industry like logistics or the oil industry that requires massive cooperation. So we're messing with very fundamental things here. So this is going to take a while, but the impact's going to be much bigger.
No hype, but big changes. Hey, how is it to work together with your son?
Well, it's the most joyous professional collaboration I've ever had, and he's very smart, and
Now he has his own book.
now he has his own book, and he's someone with great integrity too. So, Financial Services Revolution, get it on Amazon, pre-order it today.
The pitch from the father. Thanks.